Most people pick leasing or buying based on a monthly payment. That's like judging a mortgage by the cost of your first month. The real math on leasing versus buying tells a completely different story, and once you see it, you'll understand exactly why most people choose wrong. Meet Maya and Daniel. Same income, $55,000 a year, same dealership, same day, same $30,000 car. The only difference is the decision they make in the finance office. Maya leases. Her friend told her it was the smart move. Lower payments, new car every few years, no hassle. She puts $19.99 down, pays $2.99 a month. Daniel buys. He puts $3,000 down, takes a 60-month loan at 6% and pays $522 a month. Right away, Maya is saving $223 every single month. That's $26.76 a year. She's paying less, driving the same car, has zero anxiety about a big loan sitting over her head. This looks like an easy win. Daniel, meanwhile, is watching his car drop $4,000 in value the moment he leaves the lot. He owes $27,000. The car is worth $23,000. He's already underwater before he's even hit the highway. Maya looks right. Daniel looks wrong. That feeling? Hold on to it, because it's exactly what makes this decision so expensive. Year 1 is good to Maya, really good. Full warranty, no surprise repair bills, completely predictable budget. Every month she pays her $299, and every month she mentally pockets the $223 she's saving over Daniel. There's a real comfort in that. No liabilities on her, no stress about depreciation, no wondering what happens if the transmission goes. The lease handles all of it. Daniel's year 1 is a different feeling entirely. $522 every month, a car that's worth less than he owes. He's building equity technically, but it doesn't feel that way. It just feels like a large payment for a depreciating asset. By the end of year 1, Maya has spent $5,587 total, including her signing costs. Daniel has spent $9,264. The gap is already over $3,600 and growing. But here's the line buried in Maya's contract that she hasn't thought about yet. 20 cents per mile over $36,000, and a clause about excessive wear and tear. Those details felt small when she signed. We'll come back to them. Fast forward to the year 3 scoreboard. Maya has spent $12,764 total. Daniel has spent $21,792. The gap between them is over $9,000. If you stop the story here, Maya wins. And this is exactly where most lease versus buy comparisons do stop. A lower monthly payment multiplied out looks like a decisive victory. But there's a question this scorecard doesn't answer. What does each of them actually have? Maya has 8 months left on her lease and a car she doesn't own. Daniel has 8 months left on his loan and a car that will be entirely his. Same timeline, completely different destination. That decision is invisible in the monthly payment, and it's worth more than the entire $9,000 gap. The lease ends. Maya pulls into the dealership feeling fine. She's already eyeing the new model in the lot. Then comes the inspection. A door ding she barely remembered, $175. 2 wheels with curb rash from a parallel parking, $340. She drove 40,200 miles over 3 years. 4,200 miles over the limit at 20 cents a mile, $840. Plus the disposition fee the dealership charges just for returning the car, $395. She didn't budget for any of it. Total surprise bill, $1,750. Read that number again, $1,750. This is the moment the lease math changes, not dramatically, not all at once, but permanently. Because Maya doesn't just absorb the $1,750 and move on. She signs a new lease. Another $19.99 at signing, another $2.99 a month, another 36-month clock starting from 0. The odometer resets. The payments don't. Meanwhile, Daniel is 36 months into a 60-month loan. He still has 2 years of payments ahead, but something has quietly shifted. Every dollar he's put in has been building toward a finish line. It exists. He can see it. Here's the structural truth that the monthly payment completely hides. Every dollar Maya has spent was renting. Every dollar Daniel has spent was buying. Maya's surprise $1,750 bill was exactly how leasing works. Predictable costs in the front end, unpredictable ones at the back. The monthly payment looks clean because all the mess is hidden in the fine print of the return. She's now spent $14,514 over 3 years, and she's starting again from zero. Daniel isn't. Month 60. Daniel makes his last payment, and now he owns a car, free and clear, with no payment due next month or the month after that. Maya is 24 months into her second lease, $299 due next month, and the month after that, and every month until she hands the car back again. Here's where the numbers stop being close. Daniel's ongoing costs going forward, roughly $125 a month in routine maintenance, oil changes, tires, occasional brake job. Maya's ongoing cost, $299 a month, minimum, and that's assuming no more surprise fees at return. The monthly gap is now $174 in Daniel's favor. Let's run the full 6-year scorecard. Maya, $12,764 in lease 1 plus $1,750 in return fees plus $14,514 in lease 2. Total spent, $29,028. Asset value, 0. Daniel, $31,320 in loan payments over 60 months plus roughly $4,500 in maintenance over 6 years. Total spent, $35,820. Car's current market value, $11,000 to $13,000 on a typical Japanese sedan, less on a luxury model, potentially more on a truck or SUV. Effective cost, roughly $25,000 to $27,000, depending on what he bought. Maya has spent more. Daniel has spent less in real terms and holds an asset worth over $11,000. On paper, it isn't close. Daniel comes out ahead by nearly $15,000 in real terms, and he's holding an asset. The math has a real winner. Except there are 3 situations where everything you just saw runs in reverse, and if you're in one of them, you might actually be Daniel making the mistake. If you're a business owner, leasing changes completely. Lease payments are partially or fully tax deductible as a business expense. On a $299 monthly payment, that's potentially $1,200 to $1,800 back per year, depending on your tax bracket. Run that over 3 years, and the 6-year gap between Maya and Daniel doesn't just shrink, it flips. A business owner driving a leased car is making a structurally different decision than a salaried employee making the same payment. Same contract, completely different math. The second exception is rarer, but it's the one that actually beats Daniel on the spreadsheet. The disciplined investor. If Maya takes that $223 a month saving and actually invests it consistently every month without touching it, at a 7% average return, she has roughly $38,000 after 10 years. That's real money. That beats Daniel's outcome. The problem isn't the strategy, the problem is execution. Studies on household savings behavior consistently show fewer than 1 in 5 people follow through on this. The other 4 spend the difference. A plan that works in theory but fails in practice 80% of the time isn't a strategy, it's a hope. The third exception is the one nobody wants to admit is an exception. The person who genuinely values driving a new, fully warranted car every 3 years and has honestly priced that preference. If you've run all the full numbers, understand you're paying a premium of roughly $5,000 to $12,000 per decade for that experience, and you've decided it's worth it, that's a legitimate choice. Lifestyle spending isn't inherently wrong. Unconscious lifestyle spending is. What makes leasing genuinely dangerous isn't the product itself, it's the way it's sold. The monthly payment is engineered to feel like the whole story. The return fees, the mileage caps, the perpetual signing costs, these live in the fine print precisely because they don't fit on a billboard. Leasing is a product optimized for the dealer's recurring revenue and the customer's short-term comfort. That's not a conspiracy, it's an incentive structure, and you're on the wrong side of it unless you've done the full math. Most people haven't. Most people are Maya. The dealership already knew that when they built the contract. They just need you to look at one number long enough to stop looking at the others.